clock tower was built in 1911. It's a Gothic tower, a Grade 2 listed building, and the clock was actually donated by a Mrs. Croft in honour of her son, Lord Croft, who was once a Bournemouth MP.
What's happened really is the pointing has gone, so the joints between the bricks are crumbling. Also, the lintels and the beams inside which hold the bell, etc., are corroded, and it's now considered a dangerous place to access. So it's what's known as a permit to work area. So unless you're in there on remedial work or construction, you're not allowed in there usually.
I think it's part of almost Bournemouth skyline around here. It's sort of people associate the college with the clock tower. So I think it looks good.
I think it's a monument of Bournemouth's history and should stay there, and it should show the right time.
Well, it would be nice if it was working again, yeah.
The work is going to cost some £750,000, and we are engaging with the community to raise this money. It is obviously a landmark site in Bournemouth. It's a heritage site. We don't have too many of them in Bournemouth, and we want the local community to take ownership of it. So we are raising money in a variety of ways. We're having a balloon race to raise the profile of what we're doing. That's happening on the 21st of May. We've got a golf day coming up at Dusbury Golf Club, and that's being sponsored by a local advertising agency, and Harry Redknapp, the manager of Southampton Football Club, is actually supporting that event.
We missed it terribly, but so far we haven't heard anything, whether they've had sponsorship or whatever. So we have to do without the clock.
Well, I wouldn't be prepared to dip into my own pocket, I have to say, but you know, I think if there were a few fundraising events, you know, I would try and take part in those. You know, I would be happy to. Yeah, I think the college should cough up some money. I think it's the college's responsibility rather than the population of Bournemouth. I can't quite see how it's their responsibility, I have to say.
Well, they should maybe capitalise on that and have maybe a restaurant in the top, climbing on the outside, so people from Venture Place, you know, Venture School could go there, and all sorts of things could be done with it.
The appeal is a 2-year appeal, and we need to get that money in place within the 2 years so that we can get on and do the work. To actually put the scaffolding up alone is going to cost us some £50,000, so it's a huge undertaking.
I think it would give a sort of air of neglect to the college. I think it would suggest that we don't look after things, we don't have very high standards, and that might give a not very good impression to the general public if they're constantly going past seeing a clock that's not working. What does that say about the rest of the college?
The clock chimes start at 7 o'clock in the morning, and the last time it chimes at 10 o'clock at night. So all the people living in the area just affect their sleep. And it's a focal point. I mean, everybody knows of the clock on the college. Miss the chimes.
I think that people have a lot of fond memories of the Lansdowne clock tower. I've had lots of people write to me with their memories of the clock tower, how they use it to mark their break times when they're at work. It brings back significant memories going right back to the wartime. It was a meeting place for a lot of people in the community, and still is. A lot of people will say, we'll meet you at the Lansdowne clock tower at such and such a time. At the moment, the clock isn't telling any time. We've had to stop the clock at the moment.
If it's going to be there, obviously we can't demolish the bloody thing, can we? So if it's going to be there, I think it should be working. The clock should be working.
I think it'd be a great shame if it was gone. There would be an empty hole where it is at the moment. So.
Why, other than the fact that the sooner they can raise the money,